scale-free distribution. Here's another example. Biologists have found that if you look at how the metabolic rate of an animal, that is, you know, how much energy it puts out in watts, how that scales with body mass, and these are logarithmic, these are logs, so it's a straight line again. You get this incredibly good fit to this straight line. Okay? Another example is what's called Zipf's law, which says if you look at any text, like a book, and you count up the frequency of words, different words, like the has a very high frequency, has very high frequency, you know, pterodactyl has low frequency. And you plot the rank. So here this is like the most frequent, the second most frequent, and then you plot their frequency logarithmically. It comes out of this straight line. And what this is saying is that the most frequent word is twice as frequent as the next most, and it's 3 times as frequent as the next most. That seems a little strange. Why should we should have that law? And that's true no matter what text you put in, which is very strange. And Zipf, this guy, George Zipf, found this in the early 1900s, I think, like long before computers. So he was counting up these frequencies by hand. It's like unbelievable. It works for, I think it basically works for all languages. You know, it's not a perfect fit, but it's very close. And so there's all kinds of theories as to why that's the case. And you can do the same thing with Netflix movie titles. Okay, it doesn't exactly fit that, but it's still kind of close. This is a non-logarithmic plot, so you see that same kind of structure for Twitter followers. There's lots of people who have very few followers, and there's very few people who have lots of followers. City populations, if we look at the population of cities on a logarithmic plot versus the rank, the most populous cities are like twice as populous as the next most, and so on. And there's a theory that may be a preferential attachment. You know, if you're going to move somewhere, you're probably more likely to move to a big city than a small city. Income distribution has some of that same structure. And all of this is just to show you, oh, and this is a really interesting phenomenon. If you plot, this is a recent work done by complex systems scientists studying cities. If you plot the logarithm of city population